How's it going, guys? Welcome to Tiger Tropics. Now, I've got a big job to do. I've got a big water change and a filter readjustment, and yeah. So basically, you guys are aware, or if you're not aware, watch some of the episodes before of my 240 4-foot tank. Just show you there. Now, currently, I'm running the Eheim filter in here, and I've been letting this tank sort of growing like nitrates and nutrients and all the rest of it. Since my car was off the road, my routine sort of gone a bit skew with. But I'm going to bring that all back. Plus, I've got 2 new products to test out and to show you guys as well. The 2 products I'm talking about is the chemipure blue. Now, when I first set the tank up, I was using Chem, Puregen and phosphate remover. And what it was doing was creating, was making the water so clean. And it cut all the nutrients down. I had hardly any algae. A bit sticking up. And yeah, so I basically went to buy some more. I wasn't overly impressed on the recharge of the Puregen. Friends of mine tried it. Said it works. It works. It worked. To me, I would rather buy 1 pouch every time I'm going to change it, and just it's 11 quid. Just do that instead of recharging it. But what I found is with this product here, the chemipure blue. Sorry, this one's chemipure elite. This is one of a range of products. Chemipure blue. You've got the elite. You've got the freshwater. And this basically has in it all the products that I was using, i.e. it's got scavenger elements in it. So what it doesn't get rid of nitrates. It stops the process of elevating nitrates. So things from decomposing, it's absorbing that and stopping the process from going up. It also has GFO in it, which is granular ferride oxide, I think it is. I think that's how it is. Someone can correct me. But what it does, it absorbs phosphates as well. And it's got carbon in it. So it's a one product for all. Now this one container here is £18. I paid £18 for it. And it does 190 litres. I've been told that you can recharge this as well. So I'll have a look and see how easy to recharge it at a later stage. But literally, it's in a bag. You take it out of the bag, goes into the filter, and that's it. 60 days is what I've been roughly about 2 months before you have to recharge it. I'm not too sure because the 4-footer is quite heavily stocked. There's a lot of fish in there, but they are small fish. I do my regular maintenances as well. I will be back at doing regular maintenances as well. And yeah, we'll see how long it lasts and how easy it is. But before I do anything, I've got to do the dreaded water tests. Test the water, see where we're at. Because I'm planning, I think what I might need to do is a big 50% water change, and yeah, to knock down all the nutrients, and then start at a low level. Because I do know my phosphates are high, 1 milligram plus. Last time I checked, so I'm going to double check that. Plus, a new product I'm also using. Because obviously on that tank I'm using RODI. Now with RODI or DI RO with the DI resin part of the filtration, you need to remineralize the water. Can't just put RO water in the tank with fish and plants, you'll kill everything. So you've got to remineralize it. So I was using the Aqueal, JBL Aqueal. Now for 250 grams, paying roughly about £15 for it. So now I've got the goldfish tank as well. I'm looking at basically using a lot more of the product, plus doing weekly water changes as well. You're going to go through it. So I looked to see if I can find bigger containers of it, which I couldn't. So I looked to Chem, who have this product called Aquarium, and does the same thing. I actually kind of liked it because you can buy these in big quantities, and like most Chem products, they're highly concentrated. I like the fact that you can basically mix it when it's cold as well. You don't have to heat up the water, which I found with the JBL. Maybe you could dissolve it in cold water, but it really took a lot of time. Whereas with this product, it's supposed to only take 15 minutes, which is great. Yeah, so that's the two products, plus the whole thing with the Eheim filter is I've got some. I don't normally buy filter pads. I normally stack my filters with coarse, medium, fine, regardless however they're set up. But there's a little thing inside me which makes me think, why not just set the filter up the way that it was designed? I'm going to do regular monthly filter cleans anyway. So the whole thing of it having to last longer is less important for me. So, okay, I thought I'd do it like this instead. I've done the phosphate and nitrate test. We're looking at about 30 ppm nitrates and over 1 milligram of phosphates. So let's see what happens when we do the water change and see what we drop it down to. Okay, so it's water change time. So what I'm doing is literally cleaning the tank, cleaning the leaves, rubbing my hands on the leaves. I'm cleaning the inside of the glass. I'm going to do a gravel clean as well, and then basically the filter will come afterwards. But what I'll do is I'll empty half the tank, replace it with the water, and I'll show you the process of putting the Chem Equilibrium in as well. And then what I'll do is I'll do a water test once I've filled it up, just so we know. And then basically do the filter, put the chemipure Elite into the filter, re-stack the filter the way that it shows on the Eheim box, put it all together, and then literally in 3 days time give another water test, and we'll see what that whole thing does. I think the point being is, if you've got high nutrients in your water, how a bit of maintenance, cleaning and a couple of products and stuff will basically change it. And the advantages of using RODI water over tap water, which I'll recap on at the very end of the video. So yeah, I'll crack on with it. Oh, best to show you what it looks like, innit? So as you can see, all the muck and dirt and everything in the water at the moment. So one of the things that I use to clean the glass is this magic sponge. Don't use glass cleaners, because the glass is nice and it's perfect, no scratches at all. And a lot of the time I think them things promote scratches. I found these things to be pretty forgiving. So I'm going to go over the whole tank now. I'll put this on a stand so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, before, when I was using the JBL, I knew I knew that basically if I had the water mixture at 250 TDS, that I was fine. It was at the right pH. Because I don't know this product very well, what I've done is I'm going to extract the water down to half. So I'm going to just look half there. But what I'm doing is basically I've got a bucket here with literage on it. So I know how much water I'm taking out. So the water I mix up will be the same I'll take out. Therefore, I can mix it up perfectly. So that's the next step. So even though I'm gravel cleaning, I'll be doing it in a way where it's measured. So as soon as I hit 20, because it's quite easy, I'll probably do 3 buckets of 20 to see where I'm at. Because I know that my larger mixing bucket is 80, but you can't brim it. So if I do 60 in now, mix it, and then I can basically put 60 back, and then obviously I would have measured the remaining whatever's left over, and then I'll do another batch, and I'll fill it up, and then I'll do the test to see basically where we're at. So yeah, here it goes. Wish me luck. So I'll do fully open this up. I don't want it fully open obviously, so I'll knock it back and have a look and see where we're at for the gravel. Literally what I'm doing is I'm picking the gravel up and dropping it. So what comes up should be the crap within the gravel. Now what you do is just adjust it up a little bit. So you've got a good blend of suction. And basically, you don't want it to go too fast. You have time to be thorough with your cleaning. So get the right pace, and then by rights you should be able to just go around the tank doing the gravel clean, picking up the maximum amount of stuff out of the gravel without dumping all the water into the buckets. Things I used to find before with gravel cleaning is like it's a race. You quickly do it before the buckets fill up. But now with using this Fluval gravel cleaner, you can slow it down. It's not an uncommon design. I've seen a few gravel cleaners with this design. I just find it very easy, and I got a bit when I saw it being used on a marine tank. I generally really liked it. This should, in theory, put out all the excess food, poo, whatever it is. And remember, 20 litres is where I stop and I dump it into my mixing bucket, and then what I'm going to do is that'll give me a guide on what the 60 litres is, where it's at, should I say. So I know basically how much to mix. We're coming up now. Where are we at? Just over 15, and we've done what, a quarter of the tank. It makes me laugh. Some of these fish actually get a bit curious about what's going on. Another thing, I mean, like when I had the African cichlid tank, I was blasting so much flow through that tank that it was picking up everything into the filtration. You didn't really have to do too much of this. But when it comes to South Americans and community tanks, you really ain't got that option because they don't like it, basically. Right, so I'm coming up to that mark now. So I'll, there we go, that's 20 litres there. I'll dump that into my mixing bucket, and then I have to somehow mark the mixing bucket when I'm at 60 litres. Okay, so that's 80 litres is to this lip here. So I know that when I fill it up with clean water, I fill it up to there and I mix it there. So there's my measure. Now I'm just going to empty that into the sink, and I'm going to do the last 20 litre in the normal bucket, and I'll probably do the last mix in there as well. Okay, so that's half, if not a little bit more than half, and that's worked out to 80, 95, 95, that's about 97 litres. No, less. No, 97 litres. 97 litres, I would say, instead of 200 is what I calculated. So obviously the stuff in the tank makes up a bit more room, but the tank was a little bit low as well. I reckon altogether I'll probably end up putting the full 100 litres in it, because remember I've still got to empty the filter, got to fill the filter. So some of that water I'm gonna need to put back into the filter itself. So we're gonna see how it all tallies up. Hopefully I don't have to run anywhere to go and get some more water. Okay, so I've gone on to the Chem web page. I've got a calculator on there, worked out what GH I want for the tank, and basically looked it up. See, quite soft. I've been running the whole tank pretty soft, the water pretty soft, so I want to basically run it at that same kind of level. So I put in there what I think it is, which is about 6.6, and was it 7? I'm not too sure. I think it was 7. So I want it at 7. So it basically does the calculation for you. You put in how many litres of water you're doing, and then it will calculate it. So even with a small bucket, when I go to do the small bucket, it will give me the right dosage. See, one of the things when I had the African cichlid tank, so I was dosing it with salt. So I ended up getting myself some scales, so I can really be accurate with the dosing because it's in grams. So basically, invest in one of these. Come in pretty handy. It's like kitchen scales, and yeah, you can do your dosing a lot easier that way. Okay, one thing you do get with the Aqueal is a spoon. You're lucky that I actually had a dosing spoon. So on the website it says 6.8 grams. So about spinning it. Oh, that's 6. Straight off the bat, that was one of them. Let's just put it in a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to jump straight up to 7. Yep, it did. Fantastic. Let's see if there's a... No. Muppet. Unit. Ounces. Now that kind of messed it all up, didn't it? Let me do that again. I take it back. These scales are crap. Get scales where you can do points. Of a gram. Because this one doesn't. I don't know why I remember it did. Right, I'm going with 7. Just go a little bit harder. Yeah, okay. So I reckon around about here is what I need to put in there. I'm guesstimating until I got the I get some better scales, because grams it's going up by 1 gram at a time. It's not going to be great if I'm trying to accurately dose. And off it goes. Hello. There you go. Hello. No, okay. Well, I think that's it. Now I'll pour the water into the bucket, and then apparently it takes 15 minutes for this to dissolve. So I wait the 15 minutes and then put it into the tank, and we'll see what's left over and whatnot. Okay, that's it. Throw this stuff in. I'm going to do this one-handed. Okay. Now give it 15 minutes and that should dissolve. Okay, I've waited 15 minutes. Actually, I've waited a little bit longer now because there was loads of little bits. You're not going to be able to see it on this, but there's loads of little bits on the bottom. And when I was checking the TDS meter, which normally I have around about 250 ppm, I was getting something a lot lower. There we go, look, 112, 14 is what I'm getting. That's got to be fully dissolved. Now, I run the dilemma. Put it in there, might be a little bit too soft, but it is mixing up. I think I should be alright. I did see reports that it does take a little bit of time for it to fully dissolve. Some people even just put it straight into the tank. I like to make sure that things are actually properly blended or dissolved down before I put it into the tank, and check the levels before they go in. So I'm not too sure. I think I'm going to go with that, fill it up and see what happens. So how did the mixing go and how was the product? Alright, different from the JBL. Before with the JBL I'd just do TDS and Bob's your uncle. But if you just basically follow CChem's instructions, it's done. Only thing is, I'm not really geared up for it. I need a bigger mixing bucket. Everything just needs to be out a little bit better, and then I think it'll be a lot smoother. But at the moment, it looks kind of like a fucking. Sorry, pardon me. It looks like a drug den. Hey, look, got all the buckets and there we go. There's a sniff on the table. Yeah, don't look too clever. So I'll do the water test now, see where the levels are. Then I'll do the filter, and then I'll use the other product, the chemipure. Put the new filter floss in the filter, reattach all of that, and then by the morning it should look amazing. It's looking pretty amazing already. I think it really needed a big water change like that, because I've been letting letting everything slip. So yeah, wicked. On to the next bit, water test. See what just doing water tests, what effect it had on the water. So I'll be back. Okay, with just the water change alone and the cleaning and all the rest of it, I've managed to knock down phosphates from well over 1 milligram down to 0.5 of a milligram, so 0.5 milligram, and the nitrates from roughly about 30 down to 0.5 with a big water change like that. Now, the whole thing with this product here is not to basically bottom everything out and to drop it down, is to keep it there maximum amount of time. So what I'm going to do now is disconnect the filter, clean it, word I want to configure. Right, I want to reconfigure the filter way Eheim sets it up, or it suggests that it should be set up, and connect that and put the chemipure Elite in, and in 3 days time I'm going to basically have a look at the tank, look at, I'll tell you what, I mean, after we've done the water change, really needed it, obviously, really needed it. Water's looking much cleaner. So obviously, just doing that. See, it shows water changes. A lot of the time, we end up with problems because the water is just dirty. Yeah, it needs a water change. Yeah, I can't emphasise this enough. Through all of my mess ups and stuff through my time as being a fish keeper, has been not cycling properly and not doing maintenance properly. Once I got my head in gear with the cycling and the maintenance, everything just seems to click and work, and I enjoy it even more. So let me go and do the filter before I natter anymore, and we'll go from there. Because the thing is, I'm not going to get too deep into the pulling the filter apart and this and that, because I want to do a separate video on the filter, because I need a software disk for this particular filter. So what I want to do is basically show what I might do is on the next clean filter clean, I'll pull it apart, show you how it's set up on the inside, and then show you what it's like when you connect it. Problem is that it's a bit of an old filter now, so the original program for it has been discontinued. So I'm having to really salt hard, that's not a euphemism, to find a setup disk for it, because Eheim have basically cancelled the online download. So yeah, once I do that, and then I'll do that, but I think what I'll do from this point is just do the filter, put the chemipure. I'll tell you what, I'll show you how to clean this stuff at least, and put it in, because as far as I know, let me just show you. At least put this in the video. Right. Okay. Looks absolutely gross. Right, this. See, it don't look too clever. Trying to do this one-handed as well. Come on. Oh, they really do. Now, what does that look like? Oh, shit. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. And it's just left crap on the table. So this has got to be washed out. I'll do that with the last bit of water and bung it into the filter. And yeah, see how we get on. Okay, so I've put the chemipure Elite in, and I've reconfigured the filter. It's now just getting the air out of itself. Do you know what? When I do the follow-up video to this filter, I genuinely think that it's probably the best filter that I've used, or near wrong, maybe the best filter that is out there. There's a few things that they could definitely do better, and materials. They just make the materials a little bit better. I think that would go a long way and bring the price down. Eheim, you'll be back on top. But this filter is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to do the follow-up video to this. And we'll go into the actual filter itself. But as you can see, it's getting the air out itself, sorting itself out. I hate it when it throws all the crap out. But hey, that's all the stuff in the filter itself. And that will basically, see that light going up and down. That'll do that until it's completely got all the air out. So, in 3 days' time, I'll do another water test, and we'll see where we're at. And I'll let you know whether the chemipure elite has worked. Maybe I'll sort my hair out by then. And yeah, and have a general look at the tank. I'll tell you what, tomorrow, if the tank looks as good as I think it will be, and then I'll do another little video, but then still the water testing will happen in a few days' time. Or should I just wait? I'll wait. 3 days' time, do the water test, show you what the tank looks like, go from there. So we're about 4 or 5 days after the water change and all the rest of it. So I decided to do the, so I've let it kind of really build up and stuff. So I've basically done the phosphate test and the nitrate test. What's up with my eyes? Wow. Reason my eyes are like that, I've just woken up, been up for about 40 minutes, I think. Had no breakfast, don't know why that's why my eyes are like that. Anyway, so I've done the phosphate test and I've done the nitrate test, and after what day did I do it? It went Sunday. Yeah, it's 5 days since I've done it, and what's happened is I've got 0.3 milligrams of phosphates, and I've got between 0 and 5, so maybe about 3 ppm of nitrates in the tank, which is amazing. I suspect that basically what the chemipure elite has done is just not allowed it to escalate. I mean, because they're roughly what they were after the water change. So what I'm going to do is end of the week, as part of my maintenance, is another gravel clean, and maybe not such a big water change. Maybe like a 20% instead of a 50%, and keep on going like that to keep it maintained. So yeah, I mean, like, very similar sort of results as the combining the Purigen and the phosphate stuff from Chem. Phosphate stuff. Phosguard, that's it. Phosguard. Yeah, so it's similar kind of thing. Obviously, I don't know how long it's going to last. So that's after 5 days use. I'm going to see when it comes to my monthly filter clean. And then I'll do another water test to see exactly where it's at. Then I'm going to do a video on the recharging of it and see basically what it's like. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is basically, I suppose what I should really say is it worth it? Is the product worth it? As it stands at the moment, yes. Because it's doing what I want it to do, and that's keep phosphates and nitrates down. Obviously I'm not 100% reliant on just those, as you shouldn't be, to be honest. If you use a product that's very, very good and it's doing the job for you, don't forget that there's other elements that need cultivating within your ecosystem, where you need to do maintenance. Enjoy your maintenance, right? Enjoy it because it's actually quite fun. You clean their environment for them. It looks good. You sit back, you enjoy the way it appears afterwards, and yeah, it's all part and parcel. And I'd also, and you see that they're happier. You see they're happier. So obviously they're happy, you're happy, and yeah, I love it. I love it. I love doing maintenance. I know a lot of people just don't like doing it, but it's part of it. It's part of the development. You basically, and it's another thing about using things like live plants. You want to see them grow. Now, I'm checking plants out. I'm seeing, is there any yellow in? Is there any translucent elements to it? How are certain things growing? So I'm analysing and watching and seeing how I can tweak the environment to have all this stuff growing well. So the end result will be that it's just going to be full of plants. Everything's going to be nice and healthy. Fish are going to be healthy. I can basically step back and go, wow, I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. It looks like this. That's off my back. Everything's growing well. Blah blah blah. That whole thing. So for some people it's just fish, which I understand that as well. But again, you need maintenance. This is the one thing that I keep on seeing in the hobby is a lot of people don't like doing it. But yeah, enjoy it. Seriously, enjoy it. Get your head in that thing that it's a good thing to do, and it won't become a chore. You'll do it more often, and your tanks will thrive. Yeah. Again, Caveman Aquatic says it. I've heard my friends say it as well. Something right from the beginning of the hobby when I started. It's not about survival. It's about thriving. It's not survive. It's to thrive. You want your tank to thrive. So, yeah, that's it. That's it from me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this video with a nice shot of the tank, and just so you can see basically to what point it came. The Eheim filter as well. The whole thing I've done with the Eheim filter, yeah, brilliant. The clarity is so much better. I feel like the filter itself is quieter as well. Virtually not hear it at all. At a later stage, I'm going to get some software for the filter, and I'm going to show you basically how what's so good about the Pro 3, and yeah, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, thank you very much, and yeah, see you next time. See you later, guys, and it's always that thing at the end. No, I can't think of the catchphrase. No, sorry. Someone's going to have to drop me a catchphrase that I can remember, that I just read it off at the end. So anyway, see you guys later. Like, subscribe, please share the channel. Please try to blow this channel up, because I would just love to do this full time, have proper equipment, and buy more tanks and all the rest of it. So please help support the channel, and yeah, let's blow it up. Thank you very much, guys. See you later on. Take care.